Hey Tactical Family, we're going to talk about an optic that we hope stands tall. Welcome back to the channel. This is Mike, you're watching the Tactical Llama, and we're talking about an optic from a company you might not have heard of, but you might want to look up. We're talking about Zulisy and their OAKc optic. Before we get into it, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, comment in the channel. Have you ever heard of Zulisy? Would you use their optics? Let us know in the comments. Now, full disclosure, Zulisy did send this optic out to me for a review, but it's not going to affect how we think about this. Now, we have not shot this. You know, if you've watched the channel, that we do, whenever we can, a tabletop of the products before we get out to the range. So this is going to be your initial view, your initial look of this Zulisy OAKc optic. Okay? First looks. Now, starting off with the construction. It's an aluminum housing. I'm not sure if it's 6061 or 7075. But it's an aluminum housing, so it's going to be a nice, durable housing that is on this optic. Okay, it feels good. It feels well constructed. Okay, it doesn't feel like it was just kind of thrown together. And for $115 optic, I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of that. Okay. Now the dot is a 3 MOA dot with a 56 MOA circle. It is not multi-reticle, so that's what you get. So if you're not a fan of that type of dot, this may not be the optic for you. Now, the window size, you can see right there, is 0.94 by 0.67, so it's actually a little bit bigger than this Trijicon RMR, which takes us to the next thing, the footprint. The footprint on this optic is the RMR. So if you're running the Trijicon RMR optic or Holosun 407C, 507C, this is going to be the pattern that this optic is using. Now the glass is a multi-coated glass, and it's very clear. I'm very happy with the glass and the way it looks. It's very clear. Now, they recommend that you zero this optic at 33 yards. It is parallax free at 33 yards. So, and one thing I like about this is the glass. See how it's back in there? It's kind of recessed in there. I'm a big fan of that because it actually provides protection to your lens or your glass. Look at this Trijicon. See how close it is? Now it is recessed a little bit, but it's just a lot closer to the edge of the frame, which, you know, you have the concern of things impacting your glass and it can break it. Not to say anything's bad about these RMRs. Obviously, these Trijicons are amazing. Let's just put that out there. The buttons are they're kind of recessed in. I like that. There's your minus on one side, your plus side on the other, and then your adjustments. So obviously your elevation, windage, you know, the top and the side, plus or minus 40 MOA, and then it's a top loading battery. Not my biggest preference, but it's better than a bottom loading one like this, right? So if you have to change your battery out, then you run the risk of having to re-zero and all that kind of stuff. And so, where's that dot? There it is. You can't find that thing. Anyway, so top loading battery, it is what it is, okay? It is what it is. This is IPX7 water resistant, so not waterproof, but it is water resistant. And it has 10 brightness levels. Now this thing does get bright. It gets very bright. So, I'm a big fan of that. Now, because of the circle, right? Some people might not be a fan of that because they think that the whole thing can obscure your target. Up close, you're probably going to be just fine, but when you get out a little bit further, you know, it could cover up your target, and so you might not be a fan of that. You might not be a fan of that. Just FYI, just letting you know. So, I mean, I have a couple of different optics that are the donut of death, and they seem to be just fine. Now, this is the red one. It does come in green. So if you have the astigmatism, that kind of stuff, the green ones are would be pretty cool for you. But so far, you know, I like the way it feels. I like the glass outside. It's very, very bright. You can see we're inside right now, but outside the glass is it's very clear. So is this an optic that, you know, I'm gonna run permanently? I don't know. I mean, this Trijicon was what was on this Glock 40. You know, but I'll run it for a while, see what it does, see if it holds zero. So there you go. Y'all, there is my initial tabletop of the Zulisy OAKc. And like I said, we're going to get this out to the range. We're going to get some rounds through it. We're going to see if we like it. And then we'll do an after review of it. Or maybe we'll live review it at the range and tell you what we think. So until then, comment, would you run an optic like this? Is it something that you'd be interested in? Go ahead and comment below. But until then, stay safe, stay free, support the Second Amendment. We'll see you in the next video.